And it's lights out and away we go here in Formula Sundays. Through the final chicane and the AlphaTauri hits the wall of champions. Welcome everybody. Welcome to where we're gonna be, well, but slightly longer. And with me in the booth for this one is Solar again.
Slightly longer, and therefore slightly more chance of safety cars.
Oh god.
Not that, there was any shortage of that in the Challenger race, having experienced all of it firsthand. But, you'd expect, again, we've said this before, we'll say it every time. You expect the quality to be better in an elite race. Yeah. Doesn't mean anything. There's still a very good chance we're going to get multiple safety cars here again.
Well, I mean, yeah, stuff has happened in the past. But yeah, let's just hope that we get through this relatively nicely here. We have a whole bunch of Charlie drivers subbing in as well today. And that would be Phantominum is in here. Sean is driving again. Mikey, yeah.
So, one of them riding the high of what was a really, really good race, for Sean. Again, he was one of the ones that just kind of stayed out of trouble. And then Phantominum and Mikey trying to make amends for what was ultimately a poor one for them in the end.
Butchero going out on Intis.
Yep.
Questionable strategy. But yeah. For Sean, I think the main thing to keep in mind is to try to stay out of trouble in quali, as this was where he was having his messed up session, starting from very far.
Yes, yeah, he hit a tutor that had set a lap and then on the way out for his next. I think it was either on his in lap or his out lap, I can't remember, just lost it at turn 2, I think, or it might have been like turn 4 or something, turn 5. And blind corner, Sean came around, tried to slow down, and it simply wasn't enough.
Yeah. It is, it can get a little bit tight here in quali, especially as we are looking here as already 4 cars very bunched up. So welcome to the raiding persons. As we are, right in the or rather the second race for tonight. Well, I think if I've read it correctly, Rapid is having some sort of surgery. Oh, Yannaman is also on Intis? Wait, is this just a bug, or are these guys really qualifying on Intis for the first round?
I mean, take it from me. Not a bad idea starting from the back if you actually want to survive and get points.
I'm sure whoever was behind that pile up there didn't have a great time in turn 1. Let's phrase it like that.
No, I did have to replace my front line after that.
Yeah,
so maybe P1 is definitely as my teammate Randro found out, P1 in quali, also the way to go. Yeah. Because it seemed like he had a really straightforward race, from what I could see.
Stay out of trouble, like, be ahead, and it's all good then. But yeah, so it seems like the first actual attempt of a fast lap is with Kingsman here, who we've had in the booth before, and now he is in the seat. And teaming up with his old nemesis there, with Phantominum, the two of them.
Oh, MP.
Yeah. I guess we can expect that to an extent. Is unlucky, but yeah, we've had DNFs and Shelly as well, right?
So. Yeah.
So, Kingsman just gotten past Fanta. Actually, I don't know if they're doing the tow. I don't even know if they're in VC together. I think they usually get along quite well.
I can actually check 'cause I know where Kingsley is. They are in VC
Okay.
along with Yeast.
Oh lord,
So that's
that's a
surprising. But
proper wild combo.
normally you'd see Jimsky, Emil, probably Seagull in there as well. Yaneman possibly also in that VC, but no signs of them for what I can see. So things getting a little bit sneaky as the season is going on.
Ajimski in P1 provisionally. I think interesting. It's gonna be Mr. Mouse here as well. I think he had a very solid performance last time round. Is setting another 126 here as well, half a second down of Jimsky. What is Seagull doing? Seagull is just behind Jimsky as usual here. Two of them very close together.
Yeah, Seagull getting that fastest sector 3 at the very least.
Yeah, I'm keep saying last the first attempt. Surely intentional, right? Yeah. 100% didn't crash out and now has to start last regardless. Fanta, a little bit of a catch in the last corner there as he's lost his car a tiny bit. And now currently in P8. I think Seagull has said before, low 26s, potentially a high 25 is what we can expect here. Jimsky is already at it, loop 26.2. So slight improvements may still be possible, but this could well be where the pace is at, especially without Rapid, who is especially gapping in quali, I guess. Like, it's closer in race pace, but in quali he is just so strong.
Yes, yeah.
So, well, Yeast is going back into the pits. Hussein has not left, even. Marslian on a invalid lap, but presumable in-lap as well. I think we can only wait for guys on the out laps to start their next lap, because nobody else is currently on one.
Yeah, should be expecting it, yeah. At the very least, laps shortly from Sean, Mikey, and Emil's.
Sean is going to be the first one. He's just approaching the finish line, or rather starting line for this lap here. Well, we didn't see much of his qualifying pace in the previous race in Charged here, given he DNF'd in his first attempt. But he has a chance to redeem himself here, show us what he's got on one lap, and yeah, how well he can play with the big boys up in the lead.
Definitely seems to me like he does have like a decent amount of pace. From what I've seen, he's not. Purple sector 1. Allegedly.
That's gotta be a bug.
Surely not.
His line through like the last turns of the snaky bits was like not optimal enough to be faster than a gym skill up or something. Yeah. So yeah, it's probably like personal best, but yeah. Man, Fantas really has had it today. Oh lord. Yes. Another purple, I guess, but given that it's the first lap, not unlikely. It's still interesting to see where these Challenger drivers can end up, like in the midfield of Elite. Yeah, I think Yaneman and Switcheroo are the only ones who are on Inters. Lauda has joined, which is very pleasant. Will be the second Aston here.
Yeah, 129.
Yeah, so there's a good bit of the pace. Let's see, Emil's. I wouldn't even want to say has been surprising us with pace recently, because he has just grinded and is now quick, I guess. So I'm curious what he can cook up here.
Here.
Yeah, but they got out of the way very nicely here.
Yeah. I was actually surprised, sort of. I don't think, aside from obviously the couple of collisions of people hitting other cars, didn't seem like there was any incidents of impeding. In Challenger at least.
I don't know, man. There's like 4 DNFs in Challenger because people were just reversing onto the track and such.
Well, yes, yeah.
Like
there was straight idiocy, but I wouldn't have said there was like, yeah. But I wouldn't have said there was like any just like impeding on.
Yeah, fair. If they did it, they did it right. So Emil's up into P5, roughly where I'd expect him as well. Very nicely done by him.
Might keep getting a flying lap by the looks of things.
Yep. I will jump on board with Janeman, who has now gotten himself a soft tire set as well. And will presumably improve.
Chiru also on soft.
Yep. So they are actually gonna try and qualify.
So it's maybe a mental thing then, where if you do an inner run on the first. Oh, Mikey, I'm surprised that wasn't invalidation, but he caught a lot of that sausage curb. Coming out of what I think was turn 7 or turn 8. So that might have hurt his time. He's also on low fuel at the moment. Whether that affects his lap as it goes on, yet to be determined.
You can be on like 2 laps remaining and will flash the low fuel light. So it's probably ideal if you're on low fuel during your quali lap, really. Mikey is
I can't imagine this being a good lap, but I don't understand how that wasn't invalidation.
He is also on his second lap. He abandoned his third lap there, which is why he has that 2 there. Janeman over the line right now, and he is in P4, quite a gap between him and the top guys. Not so far away from Mr. Mouse though. Eagle, approaching start-finish straight. Maybe even gonna get a nice little tow by the cars in front. Too far away.
Mikey just bails as well. Not a particularly great one from him.
Eagle bails as well. Jimsky is down. Oh no, actually is he down? Oh yeah, he was down after his last one and is now getting around the track as fast as he can to get a comfortable setup for the last hot lap. JT is 1.5 tenths up, which would be enough to get Janeman.
Lauda looks like he's having a great time. Lauda lost it in Sector 1. He was doing lots of... it was a little bit of a... Austin Powers readjustment.
Okay.
To get back facing the right way without losing a front wing or.
JT lost it in the last turn as well, so he's immediately back into the pits. Let's see, Fanta maybe? Yeah, Fanta's on a hot lap, and the lap is indeed quite hot, but his first time is not that great yet neither, so improving is well possible. Even though he did improve by half a second, he didn't move up a position.
No. Just kind of creates a bit more of a gap to Sean. Switcheroo, you would imagine. Switcheroo 1.6 seconds up from his inters time through the first sector. And they continue to improve.
Well. Hussein is finally on an out lap.
Tweaking the setup. Spent all this time trying to figure out the perfect one.
Oh, the Discord says he still is playing Minecraft.
Switcheroo loses it in Sector 2.
I think he's coming back to the pits right now anyways, though. Or he did just do 2 hot laps, I'm not sure. Lauda has just started his first hot lap attempt. Yeah, the Aston's very late on the time settings.
I imagine I'll have quite a big rush as this session goes on. We come into the final few minutes
Yeah, honestly, Lauda quite the glow up as well, pace-wise recently. More towards the midfield here, but this was maybe even a little bit too quick. Spins out, loses his hot lap attempt. Now it is gonna be very tight for him if he can even get another one in. 4 minutes. Actually, he can probably get into the pits and get back out. Throw the curse. Yeah, I do. I can't help it. Let's watch Hussein instead. I really hope he's getting a lap in, because I would like him at the front as another threat to Jimsky and Seagull right now. And now that Rapid is not here especially.
Nitro, did you consider not hitting turn 4? Unlike the second to last lap.
Well. Yeah, he did apparently experience a sudden loss of talent there, and...
Well, I mean, at least he had it at some point.
I was about to say, and like,
because some of us have just frauded our way to 12 championship points.
Yeah, I was about
you know
to
what?
say, you benefited from that. It's all good. I mean, yeah, like, this was a wild finish, honestly, between the three of you back then, and of course, Nitro DNF gave you some extra points to play for.
Yes. That was very weird. I just watched the two McLarens come out inside of each other, and now they've taken their shape, but Fanta's rear wheels were... Fanta's front wheels were in Kingsman's rear wheels for a moment there, and that was quite the spectacle.
Yeah, Hussein, very decent lap there. Looked super smooth. It's probably gonna be his only one here. As I am now on board with Donny, who I expect to improve by a sizable margin as well. So already half a second up. However, this just brings
him on about it depending on how he finishes, either above Marcel Jan or behind him.
Yeah, I'd expect him to go like P6 or 7 overall. So a little bit of an extra improvement still to be had on his previous lap. Let's see. Yeah, gained some more time, 7/10 now. This is exactly in currently 8th maybe. Getting a little bit of a tow by the Ferrari, who is not moving out of the way well. Would have definitely moved towards the outside there. He's gonna get another tow though by the Red Bull, which is great, but he bangs the wall on the outside. Gonna cost him a little bit at least. However, still a second.
Second gained in P6.
So close to Jannemann though. Like, could have been...
Sean looks next up to the line, but he's 8 seconds down, so it's not going to be the hot lap for him. He's going to have to pit. He's not got enough ERS, and he's on low fuel mode as well. So that's aborted there.
A lot of slow cars going towards their final lap here. Lauda made it out in time as well. It's like within a train of 10 people who are going to set their last lap. If I had to guess,
next one on an actual hot lap would be Emil's, who is up on his previous time, but not by
he is
much.
already. Okay. Oh yeah, fair, yeah. And then Kingsman and Fanta probably going to come over the line.
Going up to this line, a lot of cars there.
Some of these may not make it, Nitro says. Maybe he's underestimating the time. I think that's 20 seconds, so...
Neil's nearly 3/10 up, so that would put him back in front of JT, even possibly Donny, depending on how strong his final sector is.
Ooh, collision with switcheroo there for Mr. Mouse. Not great.
Ooh, Emil's gets so close to the wall, he may have given it a wee kiss on the way past. Up to the line. 4/10 improvement at P5.
So close. 4 thousandths behind Mr. Mouse there for him.
But a lot of cars about to start doing flying laps here.
Yeah.
You would imagine.
Time has now run out. I am on board with Siva right now. He needs just the tiniest improvement to get past Jimsky. Currently 1.5 tenths up. This could be looking good for him. Not quite sure how far the Ferrari driver is ahead of his time, or if he even improves.
Lauda's going to be next to the line to complete a flying lap. Couldn't possibly tell you what his split is in terms of his previous lap. It didn't show me as he came through sector 2. Oh, catches a little snap. It's going to come up to the line regardless.
Seagull is on rails right now. He's 2.5 tenths up. If Jimsky does not whip out a major improvement and Seagull keeps it through the last turn, this is going to be a huge time for Seagull coming out. Oh, 25.9. This is going to be really close. Seagull lost it a little bit in the last turn, and yeah, that may have been the
it's an improvement.
time.
It's not enough. Yeah, if he hadn't had a little touch of the wall. Switcheroo does improve, but it only gets him P13, so still not a great quality session from him. He obviously did start on the inters. Mr. Mouse up the line and 7 seconds down, so that will wrap us up for qualifying. Just waiting for, I think, Emil's to either time out or get back round to the line. But Jimsky on pole with Seagull next to him on the front row.
Yep.
Sane and Marcel Jan right behind them. Two other drivers that we know, of course, have pace. Mr. Mouse and Emils, Janneman and Donny, JT and Lauda making up the top 10. Yeast, Kingsman, Switcheroo, Fanta, Sean, Mikey and MQ at the back, who failed to set himself a time because he found himself a wall.
Yeah, Mr. Mouse, of course, receiving that 5th place grid penalty here. It's going to be starting from 10th instead. Might be a blessing in disguise, we would not know yet. Interesting to see that this time around the Challenger tier drivers actually situated a little bit towards the lower end here. As we've had people from Chally driving casual P4s in the race. I mean, it might still happen, but here only MQ, who didn't set a time, is behind them right now. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one up on top there. I think the usual suspects are there, plus the new suspects that we might need to add to the usual list here. Got a couple of new, very good pace. So yeah. Yeah, Nitro saying it's a tough track, so harder for Challenger tier drivers, which is true, honestly. It's kind of baffling to look on an onboard of like a Seagull lap or something, and he like barely slides and is just on rails through the entire circuit, hitting every apex and stuff. It's crazy hard to imagine for me as well.
Genuinely, I think a beauty to watch at times, but as we saw, it's all going to be about the strategy. It's all going to be timing. Your pit stops in relation to what you'd imagine is an impending safety car. I think a lot of us set up with a safety car in mind, but a few people, including myself, pick up damage on the first lap and throws it out the window a little bit. Did say Donny had left the session, so I do wonder if he's currently on AI. Yeah, well, formation lap to come, so that should at least keep him out of trouble.
Okay, yeah, just hoping to get him back in time. Have a look at the tires here. It is a lot of everything, honestly. It must have almost been perfectly balanced.
As all things should be.
Yeah, with the strategies, so I expect a huge variety here overall. Let's see. Donny is not online for me yet. Oh, I'm just blind.
Yes, yeah.
Invited him, so let's hope. Going back in. Yeah, P7 for him, not the worst starting position. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a weird
Yep,
mix
he's in.
up in front there. Like a lot of medium hard runners, of course. Janeman has been often going for the softs at the start, trying to make up ground. But yeah, we're gonna see how well that works. His teammate 2 positions up on him. Marcellian actually amazing qualifying time. I must have missed somehow. In P4 there.
Yeah.
And yeah, looking good for the AlphaTauris though.
But it's sort of turn 1 and then turn 3 that it gets really, really messy. If you sort of make that next mistake at, I believe, turn 7, turn 8, and you end up with that sausage curve, can run you wide. And it'll be the re-entries there that we've got to watch for,
Yeah,
as well,
yeah.
as they could cause a lot of problems.
Yeah, I mean,
But
we've seen the Ferrari and Alfa Romeo, I think it was, crash that hard.
yes,
Because they
yeah,
just ran wide, wanted to re-enter the track. There was no room though.
correct, yeah.
And, well, looking at Haas Park here. And, boy, everybody got proper parking job done. Crazy. Lights are going on. They'll be out, and we'll be going with a delay as usual. As here we are. Zimski should have the advantage there on his medium tires against the hard runners behind him. Goes far around the outside there. Keeps it on the inside for the second turn. There's contact behind.
Oh,
And Donny retired immediately.
Donny's out.
Yeah, did not really...
just hit that wall on the near side, squeezed into it. I couldn't really tell. I had decided to take on MQ's view, and he is missing an M plate, so it's going to be an immediate pit for him, I would imagine. No signs of a safety car.
There was contact between Switcheroo and East again, the two getting quite familiar with each other at this point.
Yeah.
Well, it was really worth it for Donny to get back in here, I guess, as this was a short stint.
Yeah, squeezed into turn 1, his race over. Unfortunately for him, as we said, started P7. Couldn't see who it was that he made contact with. But
yeah, he has apologized, so it may have been him sending one a little bit too deep. I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, did not see at all what was going on there. What I am seeing here is that Marcellian is about to attack Hussein, as he should be on his superior tires here. Should be going past as fast as he can. Janeman just behind will put some pressure on Emils shortly, for sure as well. But yeah, for now, without DRS, no moves just yet. Let's see further behind. Switcheroo is approaching Lauda. A better exit here, but not able to go side by side, and I don't think you want to. Of course, heavy cars in the start of the race, like fully fueled up, makes it harder to maneuver them properly side by side as well. Oh, Janeman must have run deep or got pushed off by JT there. Lost a lot of time and of course the position.
MQ has pit, come out onto mediums.
Yeah, I think
just make up the gap. But speaking of gaps, Jimsky has managed to create a DRS gap. So is Seagull. So we're going to get a good running of things. Hussein's going to have Marcellian to contend with when the DRS does become enabled. And Emils has actually done well to stick to the back of the two of them. In fact, Marcellian's just going to do it through that final sector. No DRS needed. Hussein looking to fight back on those hard tires. Emils sticking close as well. It'll be a long while before they do feel the effects of the DRS. It's in sector 2 before they'll get a pop at it on this third lap. That middle pack very, very tight.
Yeah. Yeah, very cleanly done there. Emils was thinking about moving to the outside there briefly, but decided against it, and rightfully so. Oh, Jannemann has lost another position here to Mr. Mouse. Oh, there's slight contact there between the two of them. As they go through the first sector, but Mr. Mouse now set free, I guess. As we approach, well, the last turn really before the first actual DRS straight or the curves. Don't think there's gonna be much moves there in this road chicane.
Oh, we've
Sean
lost
binned
Sean.
it. Safety car's coming out.
Yeah, might get a better look. No, I won't see where he was or what happened to him.
Don't think there was any round. Looked like he just on the curb. But yeah, the safety car coming out is opening up some interesting strategy choices, especially for the soft starters. Not entirely sure, well, I'm pretty sure you can't finish the race from here on out. You go to the hards now, right?
You would struggle to, I would certainly say that. I think the mediums felt really, really nice, but Jimsky is coming in anyway. We'll see what he does. I can't imagine Jimsky will go on to softs here. Seagull pitting. A lot of responses here as Hussein stays out on the hards. JT stays out in the mediums. Mr. Mouse on the softs. Jannemann on the softs. Lauda stays out, so does Switcheroo, Kingsman and Fanta. And just about everyone else into the pits. Jimsky onto hards. Seagull onto mediums. Marshall Yan on hards. Emil on hards. Mikey on hards, Yeast on mediums, and MQ to catch up on his 1 lap old mediums.
Yeah, Marslian grabbing himself the 5 sec here. Really fortunate for him. Has fed into the pits. And, well, Hussein still going. JT, Mr. Mouse, and Jannemann now. The leading squad, I guess. Yeah, I think especially the soft runners, they're hoping for another safety car. Not too sure what the strategy is going to be for everybody else, if they're just like actually try to pull through on the hards, or
Might
if
then
Seagull
shift onto the mediums, I would possibly think.
I think they would just like Seagull is gonna have to go for another stop onto another set of mediums, most likely, I'd guess, from here on out. And I think Jimsky can just pit with him there. There's no real reason to stay out and like overextend on the hards.
No, yeah, I think you're absolutely right on that.
Mediums will blow up. Yeah, hards are maybe okay. No, fair. I mean, yeah, I guess Jimsky has done very long stints before. I can remember especially one race where he and Rapid drove the entire race on one set of inters. Made it work somehow, whereas everybody else was going for the pit stop. Yeah, but no, it's okay. It happens. Crashing. So yeah. Unfortunate, of course, that we got safety car now, but it also mixes up like strategy and stuff, makes it a little bit interesting. And well, we will have one more lap of it, but everybody is bunched up again, so I assume on the back straight it's gonna come back in, and we're gonna continue with the racing. But it's gonna be very interesting. I think Jimsky and Seagull were for sure faster, even on the worst compounds. I'm not entirely sure if Hussein and JT can fend off Mr. Mouse and Jannemann though on the soft tires. So yeah, I am personally expecting some overtakes in the upcoming laps. And yeah, of course, for the soft runners it would be great if there is some carnage on the restart as well for another safety car.
I can't imagine we'll go another 20 laps without any more DNFs.
Someone just looked like he hit the... Not sure if that was Emils or Seagull. It was one of the Red Bulls. Let's see if there's like end plates missing. I don't think there
Cameron
is.
also changing quite.
Might have been lag. So,
Seagulls is fine.
yeah. Kills us
Yeah,
as well.
they've both still got their end plates by the looks of things. I just need to have another look at meals. Yeah, all good for both of them. Shouldn't be too much longer. I'd imagine safety car will be in this lap.
Would
Be
be
Hussein
surprised if it
to
isn't.
set the launch, which was, I think, for the one actual safety car that we did have in Challenger, we had, I think, 2 VSCs and a safety. For the one actual safety car that we did have, the release was very, very late.
Oh yeah. Like
Practically on the, it was practically on
Brandro,
the
was it? I
start
think.
line.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I think
literally
so.
just accelerated on the starting line. It's like probably the latest possible point where you can restart. Very interesting
This
to
is
see.
very bunched up.
So Hussein
is,
heavy on the
very
brakes and on
Yeah.
the gas pedal,
Okay.
warming up his tires and of course his brake, I guess, quite a lot. Let's see when he decides to go. Not taking a lot of speed through that turn.
He does go now. Yeah, now he's off. And looks like JT pretty quick to respond to it, but Mr. Mouse even quicker. Lauda right on Janneman.
Yeah.
Not going to get the pass done, though. It looks pretty clean. Someone's gone wide. It's Marcel Jan.
Oh, and there's a yellow flag there. Fanta has lost some positions.
Yeah, they're both fine, but ended up running wide. I don't know if they were forced off. I couldn't quite tell. But generally pretty clean through there. Unfortunately, Marcel Jan is ended up losing out so much. So he's just had to pit. And MQ somewhat back in contention now, because he's got 2 drivers behind him.
Drew made it through Kingsman here. Very opportunistic pass there, I think. Not really in a usual overtaking spot. Behind him, Kingsman is
still
just
going
like,
at it, and Jimsky and Siegler right on the
Yep.
tail, and there's 4 cars going into what is about to be a very tight left-hander.
Jimsky is just through
Oh,
here.
it's all very clean.
Yep.
All very clean. Switcheroo losing out 2 places though to Kingsman and Jimsky.
And Jimsky
He
looking
might
around
lose
the
out
outside
Siegel
of...
here as well.
Yeah, and that could be huge for Jimsky if Seagull struggles to get through here. Trying to go around the outside of Switcheroo. Looks like he makes it stick.
Very nice
Yeah,
racing though.
Yeah.
Kept it fair.
And yeah, Seagull just gets more speed out of the last turn, and now only Kingsman between him and his biggest rival right now.
Question is, how long is it going to take him to clear Kingsman? Doesn't look like it's going to take him too long at all. He might even try it down the inside here.
Oh my god, and it's
that was all
again.
Siegel, I think. I think he clipped the wall with his back right. Oh my goodness.
That was a tight re-entry there against Fanta. And Seagull all the way down there. He's he's got to hope for
Imagine having
another
a heart
safety car.
attack there, but to be fair, Siegel was off track and did do it within the limits.
I mean,
I don't know that there was any contact with Kingsman there. I think he just got a little bit too tight to that wall, and the back left wheel just caught it, sent him spinning, and now
that is
Jimsky finds himself in a good spot, doesn't he?
It's exactly where the crash and DNF happened in Challenger as well.
Yes, I believe so, between the Alfa Romeo and the Ferrari. But Jimsky...
Oh my god.
Oh, he's collided with the wall. He keeps going, but...
I don't think he has visible damage. He's probably having like a light green front wing end plate.
Yeah,
Janneman seems mega slow here in no front. He's been like outpaced by Laude on hards. I'm not sure if the softs are already giving up. Jimsky making his way through here. Actually, Laude looks just hella fast here on his hards, pushing against Mr. Mouse.
Switcheroo into the pit.
Oh yeah, that's
mediums
probably incident
for hards
well.
by the things.
Yeah. Oh no, he's just retired.
Oh, he's retired. Oh.
So what happened there?
Strange turn of events, that.
So, Hussein having a little bit of a lead now. Apparently not really able to threaten the others that much anymore. It seems like Lauda and Jimsky are the ones setting the pace here. I'm sure that slow car there is just Switcheroo's car driving out the pits and retiring. Yeah. Probably gonna despawn before we get a safety car or anything.
I would hope so. But Jimsky, you have to say, is in a commanding position from in regards to at least all the drivers who pit under the safety car. He's found himself amongst those that didn't.
Yeah.
Does have the DRS, and he's using his ERS to try get round down the inside of Lauda into that final corner, makes it nice and clean.
Oh my god.
Oh!
Yeah, Lauda there lost it a little bit. I'm not sure if there was contact. If so, I don't think it was Jimsky's fault as he was running around the outside.
Not have been. But he does well, Lauda, to catch that in the end and not end up, nose first into the wall there.
Yeah.
Jimsky is looking to clear Mr. Mouse as well. He's not hanging about at all. He wants to take advantage of the gap he has because Marcel Jan is, the next to the ones that had pit under the safety car, and there's 3 cars between them. He's trying. It looks like he might actually get away from Janneman here as well. It's right on the cusp of that DRS. Tries to go down the inside of Mr. Mouse. Has a little look, but keeps his nose out of it.
Yeah, rightfully so. I think that would have been a bit too greedy. Marcian now against Kingsman. That's not getting through here yet. Yeast looking to pounce on the opportunity behind that, and the Meals is lurking as well.
None for... Oh no, Kingsman does get it, but Marcel Jan clean back through. 4 of them so close together.
Yes.
DRS zone right after the other.
And Jimsky trying to engage in a battle between JT and Mr. Mouse, and I think he's cleared Mr. Mouse easily and will do the same to JT. It does really look like pace-wise, Jimsky and Seagull are on a different level here. I mean, Seagull of course has to work his way back up, but he's already not too far gone anymore.
Yeah, he's cleared MQ and Mikey and Fanta.
Oh, Emils has made it past Kingsman, who are only 2 seconds out of Seagull.
He's got to close up on Hussein here before the next DRS as well.
Oh, that's crazy.
The pace he's finding on those hard tires is unbelievable.
Yeah, he's closed this gap so quick. I'm like half convinced that Hussein must have made a mistake. Didn't he have like 2-ish seconds?
Look at the gap he's made to JT already as well. I think it's just raw pace here from Jimsky at the moment.
That is a banging performance for the Ferrari driver here. Looking for the DRS here already. Likely going to be a move at latest on the start finish straight, right?
Pit window. But Hussein, you have to remember, has about 63% of his ERS left. Jimsky just has 16.
Yeah, I mean, Jimsky with a potential pit stop advantage though, right? Like, he doesn't have to pit again. He has all the options. And he is already in contention to take back the race lead on track.
Yeah, absolutely. So he may well not need the ERS he has, but he's got DRS here on Hussein. It's going to look to go down the inside. It's going to be close. He will get ahead before the first corner. Mr. Mouse ahead of JT just off the back of that DRS as well. Marcel Jan, Janneman, Emils, Lauda, Yeast, Kingsman and Seagull all right behind each other coming through this first sector. If anyone makes a mistake and ends up in the middle of the track, we could have another massive pile-up as Lauda gets so close to the back of Emil there. No contact made, but my heart was in my mouth. I'm not entirely sure how he kept his cool through there.
Well, halfway through the race, and like, Seagull looks like he's far away from P1, but he is actually only 7 seconds behind. The top 10 are within 7 seconds of each other. Kinda crazy here to see how close this race actually is so far. And even though Seagull, of course, right in the middle of the pack, it's not done and dusted for him yet. He's gonna be able to work his way through there at some point for sure. He just has to hope that Hussein engages in some battling with Jimsky and slows him down enough so that he can get to the top, because right now Jimsky and Hussein driving away from Mr. Mouse by a sizable amount now.
And Marcel Jan's got to do some going, because as it stands, he'll drop to P12.
Oh, and
with his
there is
5 second
contact.
penalty.
Emil spun around by some car. I'm not entirely sure who caused it. Yeast is going into pits, and so
Yeah, he's got
is
a damaged
Kingsman.
end plate.
Yeah. I mean, Janneman, Janneman, Mr. Mouse going
Mr.
into the
Mouse.
pits as a planned scheduled
They're
pit
on,
stop.
they're 11 laps soft, so that's unsurprising. I don't know if Lauda came out of that unscathed, did he?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
he did.
his end plate seemed fine. Seagull up to P6 off the back of that though.
Yeah, it helped Seagull big time for sure. As soon as he gets past Lauda, it's just him and bringing the pace to close the
Miles
gap to
doesn't have
Marcelin.
any visible damage. And MQ now finds himself in P8.
Yeah, he's driving a quiet and controlled race there, MQ, after his first pit stop. Yeah, he's now on 10-lap-old mediums. And will have to pit again, but I think he can just go for another set of mediums if he so wants. Oh, there is a spin. That is this Marcelin? Janneman. Oh, sad.
And there is damage because it's on the track. He's lost his end plate.
Yikes.
After he's just come out the pit as well.
Yep.
He's just pit for those medium tires off the softs. And
Oh.
immediately hits a wall.
JT versus Marcelin. Going past into P3 again. I think Marcelin has
Seagull's
briefly
past Lauda.
overtaken him. Oh, yeah, okay.
Seagull's coming.
Yeah,
oh,
he
Lauda
really
nearly
is.
loses out the last corner again.
Oh, that
A
was
lot of drivers.
such a close pit stop by JT there.
Jesus, Seagull's got 1% ERS. He's burned through it all.
Yeah, I mean, he's pushing.
It really is.
It's kind of crazy that Lauda can compete with this. Has hit the wall there. I'm not sure if there was contact. But yeah. Seagull, of course, yeah, on top of the pace right now. But Lauda is looking decent in his Aston Martin as well. Will be overtaken by Emils for now, at least. Emils has the inside line, can just position his cars in a way that Lauda can't really fight back. The Red Bulls both have gone through into P4 and 5.
Gaps starting to form at the front as well. Jimsky might have finally lost Hussein here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no DRS from, in this instance at least.
He's
Hussein's 60% ERS is down to just 16, so he's been using quite a lot to keep pace. Looks like the hards are slightly dropping off, but he does get DRS through here and still yet to pit.
Yeah. Curious to see where Seagull's pace is going. He has lost a little bit on Marcelin, but maybe that is just because the gap before was to Mr. Mouse, of course, who was behind Marcelin until that point, and may have been like a second smaller than to the top group there. But yeah, Seagull really hoping for the safety car here. He needs to pit again. But at this point, I think Jimsky, Hussein, Marcelin, they would all come in again as well. And it was just kind of reset the playing field if there was another safety car.
Lauda with what seemed like a very slow pit stop there. He was on 13 lap old hards, same as Fanta and Hussein. But he came out a lot further back than I was expecting him to. And on those medium tyres now, he may well be looking at... Yeah, I can't see why those wouldn't go at the end of the race.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think he needed... I'm not sure if he needed to pit regardless, but like the normal strategy, medium hard would be pitting around this time anyways.
Absolutely.
So
Hussein, you'd imagine would pit for mediums relatively soon. Jimsky is actually going to be the first one in. A little bit of an undercut here on Hussein. Jimsky, you'd imagine would go to mediums.
yeah,
Yep, I can see his crew bringing out the mediums.
I think Seagull should come in now as well. Yeah, he is actually coming in too for another set of mediums, just to keep on the strat with Jimsky.
Not a bad idea. Surprised Hussein's going this long. You would maybe wonder if he's going to try and extend to the point that you can go into the softs instead. But
Yeah,
at this moment, it's literally just try to build a gap. Try and negate the undercut. Just send it. Really.
I mean, undercut is incredibly strong in this game. Get your tires up to heat relatively well and gain a lot of time there. I wonder if he is driving so that well, he's hoping on a safety car maybe. Like that could help him big time now, and that's pretty much his only out, I guess, at this point.
Yeah.
As you said,
the first time this race as well, no one in DRS range.
Yeah, it has stretched out a little bit. But yeah, as you said, I think he can still just extend and go for softs. This is an option for him as well. I wonder if he's gonna do so. Nope, he's coming in right now as well. Going for the mediums too. Probably the best way to stay competitive with Jimsky here. He's gonna lose like 2-3 seconds, but at least he is on the same / slightly better compound then.
Mediums for Emils as well.
I wonder if Marcellion is just trying to get to the end.
Mediums for MQ.
Because he would have had the opportunity to go for mediums already. And I don't think it makes sense.
Someone in Sector 2 has had a bit of an issue. It's the other Alpha. It's Yanman again.
Crashgate. Coming in.
Yeah, just having...
Now the perfect safety car timing for Marcellion.
Fun to me. I mean, it's going a long time on these hards as well.
So, a spinning Kingsman, who has not spun much today, I think. Well, what? No, was he involved in one of the crashes? He's missing an end plate, so must have done something.
That must have been off his own. See?
MQ probably gonna be attacking him on the DRS straight here already. Yeah, Kingsman going wide.
Yeah, he's struggling without that end plate anyway. Because in Jeddah, you don't really, in most corners anyway, get the luxury of running wide.
Yeah, that's true.
Very few that you'll come out of it even remotely unscathed.
MQ makes it past Kingsman. Seagull fastest lap. Well needed, I guess. He still has a big gap to cover to Jimsky. It's about 10 seconds, I'd say. And Fanta in the pits right now. Ooh, MQ getting track limit warnings and the penalty. Let's see, Hussein is closing in on Mr. Mouse as well, has the tire advantage big time. Mr. Mouse, I think the only remaining runner who opted for soft medium one stop. So yeah, I'd expect Hussein to get past, well, either on the start-finish straight or already in the second DRS zone. Let's see. Super close already, and probably has enough overspeed as well. Goes up the inside. Mr. Mouse leaves the door open, I think probably even just wanting him to go past there to get the DRS, get the slipstream, to follow him to Jimsky maybe. He knows that he, on his older tires, can't quite match the pace of the top guys otherwise. Let's see further back here, East versus MQ. Oh my. A little bit of a slide. Kingsman is... Oh my god!
Oh, Lauda's hit the wall and Kingsman has hit him. If Kingsman's win wasn't broken already, it will be now. Oh my goodness me.
That
All
was
the rest of them done it quite
some
well.
dodge, I think, of Mikey.
Oh, that's a reset track.
SMH my head. Lauda, I think this is the classic. I've seen this incident, I think, in every single race we've had here, in either Elite or Chally, where you like go exit last turn side by side, and the car on the inside is ahead and doesn't quite respect that there is still the other car on the outside, and then you just lock wheels and get mashed into the wall. Yellow flags briefly for... Must have been Hussein? No, it was Lauda again. Fanta made it past Mikey.
Janman's in the pit again.
Yeah, it's probably
on the soft tires.
Yeah, going for fastest lap or something here. Well, Marcian is staying alive in P1. I think, well, it's unlikely that he'll get his penalty removed unless he got rear-ended into the pits and thus spat in the pits.
Yeah.
But he might at least get the on-track win here if he can keep up the pace. I think he's losing about a second per lap, which would
he's down 3 seconds since I last looked at Jimsky, so...
Yeah. Actually, like, looking at the time right now, I think Jimsky's gaining way quicker than just a second per lap.
Oh, quite significantly, yeah.
But it's probably dependent on the sector as well, and he's likely losing the most in Sector 1, because there's the most relevant grip level-wise. Yeah, he's losing less over here on the full or speedier parts of the track. Seagull has caught up to JT. Probably gonna be the next overtake. Enjoy some onboard for once.
Getting very close to the back. You would expect him to get this move done here. He does have to pull back ever so slightly, but better tyres. Softer compounds, and the DRS into that final corner makes it look easy. Next one down the road for him is going to be Mr. Mouse.
Yeah, I think JT may have even slowed down a little bit to just get the DRS here and potentially go for the counter, but he's missing the speed. Better traction of Seagull gave him enough of an advantage, and it's only 2 seconds, as you said. Further back, I think Fanta is just flying past Kingsman. Was 4 seconds behind, I think 1.5 or like 2 laps ago, and is already past. Of course, big tire advantage and front wing advantage on Fanta. Now I think Kingsman's gonna try to stay in the DRS, get pulled towards the front a little bit, but he's likely gonna lose it in this first sector already. The downforce and the grip of Fanta should just be too good to follow up.
Seagull has lost JT and has found Mr. Mouse. It didn't take him long. He was 2.2 seconds down when he passed JT to Mr. Mouse. And Jimsky has managed to close the gap on Marcel Jan at 4.6, so that would be enough. Kingsman having a little bit of an issue. Oh no, sorry, it's Mikey that's gone off. Just Sector 2. That high speed section. Sector 1 just loses out that final little corner down there. But Jimsky has put himself in that 5-second window at Marcel Jan and has proceeded to lap Janneman in process, which means Marcel Jan did a little bit ago, and Hussein will be next to do so. Seagull and Mr. Mouse are battling though. I see you're
That
displaying.
was a clean overtake for Seagull here. Can't really say anything against that. Yeah, Janeman just behind Jimsky now, I think, being a lap down. Oh yeah, and Marcian is losing some time right now. It's really more towards the 2 seconds per lap, rather than just 1 second per lap.
Still set to finish P3 as it stands, but I can't imagine Seagull will take too much longer to close that necessary gap.
I think so too. I think he's gonna end up behind Seagull for sure. Not
As
sure if
he's
behind.
technically still. He's technically P2. Not for much longer as Jimsky closing in. Hussein not too much further up the road.
Yellow flag again.
It's
louder.
louder. Yeah. He's just he's had to park up and wait for Mikey to come past. He might have damaged his rear wing as he tries to turn, and the front wing again. Yep, Lauda is having a time of it getting turned. That'll be the rear wing again if it wasn't already broken. He's done a 5-point turn there and bashed the wall 3 times following the initial incident.
Janeman got past Jimsky here, but I think honestly this is just gonna help Jimsky.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
pulling
bit of a toll,
him closer to Marcel.
And Jimsky and Hussein now close enough that Marcel Jan is set to finish 3rd if Seagull cannot close up. And Seagull would have to go some to actually do so. So Marcel Jan's still looking good for a podium at the very least.
I don't think so. Like, Seagull is not gaining time on Hussein maybe, but Hussein and Jimsky are gaining big time on Marcel Jan.
Oh, absolutely. But Marcel Jan's still set for P3 as a result of that.
Yeah, but like as soon as Jimsky and Seagull, Jimsky and Hussein are getting past Marcel Jan, Seagull is gonna gain time on Marcel Jan. Because right now, well,
successfully unlapped himself.
Yeah, I think that's good for Marcel Jan though. He's gonna stay in the DRS here, getting the toe. Gonna be unlapping himself again here, even though Janeman almost took him out there. And Jimsky is just here then. Janeman going into the pits,
Lauda's DNF.
Yeah, in the pits. Yeah. Fair game.
Janeman may do the same. Yep, has indeed. 2 of them.
And well. Jump on board for the move for the race here. Of course, net P1 already there for Jimsky, but still a bit more to gain for him here on track victory.
To get it done on track, wouldn't he?
Yeah. I mean, big strategy, I guess, by Marcel Jan there, making the bold call to go all the way on the hards. Gonna end him up in a very good position regardless.
Seagull finally officially clear of Mr. Mouse. About 2.5 now, so no DRS for him. But unless Seagull can really pull out a very quick final 3 laps, it is going to be P4 for him after his contact with the wall in a battle with Kingsman. Sent him tumbling down the pack. It's a really strong recovery drive from him, but it looks like it's just going to be too much. Jimsky does get the pass on Marcel Jan through the DRS. Hussein just a little bit down the road, but he knows he'll net P2. He just keeps within 5 seconds of Marcel Jan. Can't see him catching Jimsky anytime soon.
I'm not sure if like you can see the tire deck so well, but like I don't know, if you compare Jimsky's tires here to Marcel Jan's tires, Marcel Jan's tires just look like they're wobbling on high speeds. This might just be like an optical illusion or something, but like they are looking so dead. But yeah, net P3 for now. He's got 2 more laps to survive. Seagull
doesn't seem to be gaining. I'll be perfectly honest. I think
yeah. I mean, he's gaining on Marcel, but he's not gaining on Hussein. Hussein is also gaining on Marcel, so the question is just Yeah, can he stay ahead? It's only 9 seconds at this point, so 2 seconds per lap should be sort of doable for Seagull here on his better tires. Kingsman speeding in the pits for good measure.
Good, yep.
Probably gonna try to get that fastest lap point. Well, he's not gonna get it. But yeah. Gonna try to get the fastest lap regardless. Maybe there's a DNF. Who knows?
Janneman did get it. 128.6
Oh, yeah,
as well, so it's gonna have to go some from Kingsman.
Yeah, Kingsman a little bit more than 8 seconds now away from Seagull. 3 seconds to gain in the last lap for Seagull. But Marcian is honestly doing decent pace still. It's a 32 low and Seagull with a 30 high. So 1.5 seconds sort of. And, well, it's a little bit too close now between Marcian and Hussein. But Hussein just got himself a corner cutting penalty. If Marcian can somehow find a second on Hussein here, he could even keep P2, but I don't think that's gonna happen. And yeah, he's losing big time now to Seagull. Seagull is now only 6.5 seconds away. 1.5 seconds between him and Marcelian, and between Seagull and P3 here. It's down to 6 seconds flat.
Oh my, this is going to be quite a final lap. Marcelian hanging on for dear life at the moment. Oh, it's down to 5.7.
Yeah, Hussein.
Now we're going to
probably
get a true scale of
here.
how close Seagull is here.
Let's see, Marcelian is going to get DRS on the final straight here. Which might help him just stay that tiny bit ahead.
Yeah.
Overtake pressed to the fullest.
Oh, 5.4, it's just enough.
Yeah, big drive by Marcelian here to get onto the podium with his old tires, his time penalty. And, well, yeah, what a finish here in the end.
Strong drives from the top four, and arguably MQ as well, who, after DNFing in quali without putting down a lap, making contact on the first lap, on the first corner, and having to replace his wing, gets back into points with P8, so big shout outs to MQ as well for that one.
So let's see Kingsman real quick here. He is. Oh no, he's not even on the fastest lap, is he? Oh no, he is. He is.
2 seconds quicker.
I thought he pitted a lap too late, but it's actually a fastest lap attempt here that is gonna be valid. Like 1 minute 0.7 is I think like 0.7 behind a decent quali lap after sector 2. So let's see what he can cook up here. I think he needs to beat a 128 something. And he did beat a 128 something. Yeah, 11th for Kingsman. It is not going to be points for him in the end, but at least he's getting the fastest lap. And well, I think like Jimsky pretty much undisputed winner here. He drove a great race, a good strategy calls. And even though he pitted an extra time under safety car here, he was just on a different pace today, and rightfully so, grabbed himself that win. Hussein, yeah, I don't know. Hussein just always drives solid races here, comes out in P2 in the end. And Marcian, of course, like, bold call for the hearts, and well enough to survive until the very last lap here. Seagull, of course, I'm not sure if it was his mistakes or whoever he was trying to overtake, but decent recovery drive as well there, ending up in 4th, almost in P3. And Kingsman did in fact not get fastest lap. Janneman still 10th quicker.
Ouch.
Well. That has been a nice little race here. Honestly, we've had like great racing for a while. We had the top 10 within 5 or 6 seconds for half of the race, pretty much, and then in the end, thrilling finish as well. So can't really complain there. Of course, a couple of
two exciting finishes, I think, in the races there in the end. So happy days in that regard. But Jimsky comes out the winner, and what was a very clean race with a great strategy and some great recovery drives we saw in there, as well as there was not nearly as many crashes, I think, as Challenger, but at the very least a decent amount of DNFs and drivers just retiring because they weren't going to get anything from it.
Yeah. So next week, what is even gonna be next week? It's Belgium. Oh man. Oh no, it's Spain. I looked wrong. Both very spicy. Looking forward for Catalonia. Yeah. The Herb is currently without internet. We don't know for how long. So it's either gonna be him or, well, the two lovely casters we had today with me yet. Well, regardless of who's gonna bring you the action. Have a nice week till then, and see you then. And it's lights out and away we go here in Formula Sundays. Through the final chicane, and the AlphaTauri hits the wall of champions.